Hello and welcome to the Street Crime UK YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Today we look at one of Britain's richest men who has been found stabbed to death in his country mansion. Sir Richard Sutton, an 83-year-old baronet, was attacked inside his £2 million home in North Dorset on Wednesday the 14th at night. A woman, believed to be his wife, also suffered knife injuries in the bloodbath that happened at Moor Hill, a large detached property in the tiny hamlet of Higher Langham near Gillingham, Dorset. Police received a call from a member of the public concerned for the welfare of the occupants of the property. By the time police had gotten to the country mansion, they came to find Sir Richard with fatal knife wounds. Nothing could be done to save him, and Mr. Sutton was pronounced dead at the scene at 9:15 p.m. The woman, who is aged in her 60s, was airlifted to the South Mead Hospital in Bristol, where her condition was described as critical. Immediate police investigations identified a Range Rover linked to the attacks that was spotted travelling eastbound on the A303. It was tracked by police as it sped across Wiltshire, Hampshire, Berkshire and Surrey before it was stopped in Hammersmith, West London. A 34-year-old man from the Gillingham area was arrested on suspicion of murder. He was subsequently taken to the hospital for treatment to injuries that are not believed to be life-threatening. Police confirmed the suspect is in fact known to the victim. Sir Richard was described as an old English gentry landowner who was worth an estimated £301 million and was at the number 435 on the Sunday Times Rich List. Mr. Sutton owned a huge portfolio of hotels, property and farms across the country. A spokesman for the Sir Richard Sutton Limited said, "We are deeply saddened and devastated by the sudden death of Sir Richard Sutton, announced this morning." Sir Richard was a caring, generous and warm family man who genuinely regarded those who worked for him as part of his extended family. Sir Richard was passionately devoted to both his company and its people, setting the highest standards for quality in the hotels, farming and property interests within the group. His loss will be felt by everyone within the company, those who worked for him and his family who have lost an incredible individual. Our thoughts are with the Sutton family at this tragic time. Sir Richard bought the Moor Hill country estate in 2014 for £1.4 million. 3 police vans were seen at the entrance to a long drive which leads to the remote property, while forensic officers were observing the scene. A neighbour said, "The Suttons live there. They have 2 grown-up children and grandchildren. It is just awful. You would never imagine something like this could happen. They are lovely people." A local farmer said, "I saw a search helicopter with a spotlight overhead last night and then an air ambulance landed." The people who live there is an old English gentry landowner and his wife. Another neighbour said they were aware of the police helicopters flying over the house for a number of hours. Their family has been informed and the Dorset coroner has been notified of the death. Detective Inspector Simon Huxter of Dorset's Police Major Crime Investigation Team said, "Our thoughts are with the family of the man who sadly died and the injured woman at the extremely difficult time, and they are being supported by specially trained officers. We will be carrying out a full investigation to establish exactly what happened at the address in Higher Langham. A cordon remains in place at the address and there will continue to be heavy police presence in the vicinity as we carry out our inquiries." Sir Richard Sutton, 9th Baronet, was head of the Sutton family, which owns land in Dorset, Berkshire, London and Lincolnshire and Aberdeenshire. Mr. Sutton inherited his title and estate from his father in 1981 and was worth an estimated £301 million in May 2020, placing him 435th on the Sunday Times' Rich List. In total, he and his family own close to 7,000 acres of land across the UK, more than double the amount owned by the MOD. Mr. Sutton married his wife Fiamma in 1959. The couple had 2 children, David 61, Caroline 55, and 5 grandchildren, but later went on to get married to Anne Schreiber, who had 3 daughters, Louisa 39, Rose 35 and son Thomas, 34. The suspect had visited the grave of his dad earlier in the day, and detectives are considering whether this promoted a breakdown. It's been reported. The local MP, Simon Hoare, who knew Sir Richard Sutton well, paid tribute to the landowner, who said he was a gentle country man. The Conservative MP for North Dorset described the incident as deeply awful and said he received a full briefing from the police. Mr. Hoare, 51, said, "I knew him. Strangely enough, I knew him before I was an MP, and as my company did a lot of work for his estate many years ago. He was a charming man. He had a very good sense of humour. He was politically astute and friendly. If he wanted to conjure up a picture of a country gentleman, then that was him." It is a huge loss for his family, and in what is clearly a deeply awful set of circumstances. Mr. Hoare also said, "This is not the sort of thing you expect to see happening in North Dorset, nor the sort of thing we are used to seeing around these parts. Based on what I have been told by the police, there is a cause for shock and sadness, but no cause or reason for alarm." The politician added that he is hoping medics are able to help save the injured woman in her 60s, as one murder is shocking, but a double murder would be chilling. Further police inquiries then led the police to the stepson of Mr. Sutton's wife, Mrs. Schreiber, being arrested. Mr. Schreiber's mum and Sir Sutton's wife, Anne Schreiber, 65, also suffered knife wounds and was left in a critical condition in hospital, but later died. So what are your thoughts about the brutal stabbing of Sir Richard Sutton in his country mansion and subsequent attack on his wife, Anne Schreiber? Showing once again that wealth does not ensure your safety. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, stay safe.